AI is no longer just a future concept in cybersecurity. It's actively reshaping how both threat actors and defenders operate. Adversaries are using generative AI to craft more convincing attacks, and security teams are also using it to fight back. But there's something else on the horizon: agentic AI. These are autonomous AI systems that can make decisions, take action, and even collaborate, opening up a whole new set of possibilities and risks. So in this video, we're going to break down how generative and agentic AI are influencing intrusion tactics, reshaping defense workflows, and introducing a new category of risks and responsibilities for security teams. Let's start with generative AI. These models use natural language understanding and natural language generation to analyze and produce human-like text, and in some cases, images, code, or audio based on patterns learned from massive data sets. Techniques like retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, further enhance these models by enabling them to pull in relevant dynamic knowledge during generation. Generative AI is impacting both defenders and adversaries. Security teams are using it to accelerate analysis and automate workflows. Threat actors exploit it to lower barriers to entry, crafting phishing emails, writing malicious code, or creating fake personas. These capabilities are increasingly combined in cross-format attacks using multimodal AI, where text, audio, and imagery are fused to make social engineering attacks more convincing. Imagine a business email compromise attempt that includes a realistic voice message impersonating your CEO, not just a forged signature, but a familiar tone, cadence, and even urgency. These are not hypothetical scenarios. One study found AI-generated phishing emails achieved a 44% click-through rate, rising to 81% when fine-tuned with psychological frameworks like the V-triad, which exploits fear, urgency, and authority. Malicious LLMs like WormGPT and FraudGPT are already appearing on the dark web, and right now most AI-driven activity happens early in the attack chain, like reconnaissance and initial access, but as these tools evolve, we could see AI supporting more phases of the attack lifecycle. Generative AI introduces new capabilities and new vulnerabilities. Prompt injection is where malicious inputs can hijack AI behavior by manipulating how the model interprets and responds to prompts. There are two main types of prompt injection: direct and indirect. Direct prompt injection embeds instructions into the AI chat, like in a 2023 prank where a Chevy dealership chatbot offered a brand new Tahoe for just $1 because of prompt injection. Indirect prompt injection happens when an AI ingests malicious input from trusted sources. If an AI system scrapes content from a web page, a threat actor might insert hidden prompts in metadata fields or alt text to manipulate its output. We've also seen some pretty eye-opening new AI vulnerabilities. One of the more serious ones, named EchoLeak, was demonstrated by AIM Labs in Microsoft 365 Copilot. Researchers found that a specially crafted email could bypass prompt injection filters by disguising malicious instructions as regular user-facing text. A cleverly formatted link used markdown tricks to evade Copilot's redaction system. And because Copilot automatically scans emails to generate summaries, it followed the link and responded with sensitive internal information, which, if exploited in a real-world scenario, could have been sent to an adversary-controlled domain. This is what's known as a zero-click exploit. No user interaction is required. Fortunately, Microsoft patched the issue quickly, and there are no reports of customer data being compromised. Beyond individual exploits like EchoLeak, AI systems also face broader risks stemming from how they're trained and deployed. Threat actors can poison training data sets, manipulate vector embeddings, or introduce vulnerabilities through open source libraries, APIs, and pre-trained models. These tactics distort model behavior, causing harmful or misleading content to be retrieved, especially in systems like RAG that ingest external documentation. Model poisoning is especially serious of a risk for open source models, where data provenance is harder to control. Other risks include data leakage from improperly filtered logs, and then also hallucinations, which are false outputs that have already led to real-world incidents, like fake legal citations and court filings. Model capabilities are advancing fast. Some benchmarks show major gains every 6 to 12 months, and defenders need to keep up. Blue teams are using AI to detect phishing attempts, flag deepfakes, enforce policies, and automate SOC tasks. With appropriate guardrails, AI can become a force multiplier. SOC analysts can summarize logs and detect anomalies faster, while detection engineers can refine SIM queries more efficiently. Red teams can simulate realistic phishing campaigns, and blue teams can accelerate triage and response workflows. However, observability remains a gap. Many AI tools do not log prompts, completions, or system actions by default. So without structured logging, including timestamps, user IDs, and system calls, you lose forensic visibility. So if you're testing or deploying generative AI in your environment, build in logging, define clear operational boundaries, and treat it with the same level of scrutiny and oversight you'd apply to any critical system. The future of AI isn't just generative, it's agentic. Autonomous AI agents are emerging to support threat detection, investigation, and even containment. Some agents already assist with malware analysis and triage. New frameworks like LangChain, AutoGen, Crew AI, and Super AGI enable multi-step collaborative workflows across agents. As these systems gain autonomy, governance becomes essential. Emerging frameworks and communication standards, sometimes referred to as model context protocols, allow LLM-based agents to interact with external systems and APIs, like querying a SIM, escalating tickets, or searching Splunk, without needing task-specific hard coding. Principles like least privilege, sandboxing, syscall filtering, and role-based access control are essential to limit what agents can access or execute. Comprehensive logging and isolated testing environments are also mandatory before production deployment. While most examples of agentic AI today focus on defensive use cases, it's also reasonable to anticipate adversaries experimenting with autonomous tooling, such as agents that scan for exposed credentials, enumerate infrastructure, or perform multi-step phishing campaigns with minimal human oversight. So as you explore this new wave of automation, don't just think chatbot, think Copilot for your security operations. Here's what security teams can do now to prepare for the future of AI in cybersecurity. First, understand AI fundamentals, at least at a high level. Master prompt engineering to shape inputs and evaluate outputs. Red team your models, test for prompt injection, data leakage, and bias. Secure your AI supply chain, scan training data, libraries, dependencies, and manage third-party components. Implement structured logging for prompts, completions, and system actions. Apply guardrails, set clear constraints on AI use in your environment. The pace of change is accelerating. Teams that rigorously test, monitor, and adapt will lead the way. We're also starting to see new regulations take shape, like the EU AI Act and NIST AI Risk Management Framework. These will provide more structure around how to build and operate AI systems responsibly. Cybersecurity today is no longer just about defending networks. It's about securing a growing layer of intelligent, semi-autonomous systems that interact with both your data and your users. So what's your take? Is your team already exploring generative or agentic AI tools? Are you seeing value or encountering challenges? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear how you're navigating this shift. And if this video gave you a new perspective on AI and security, consider giving it a like or sharing it with your team.